Welcome back. Let's stay with politics. The All Progressives Congress has expressed indifference toward the potential alliance between Rabiu of the New Nigeria People's Party and Peter Obi of the Labour Party ahead of the 2027 presidential election. APC's National Publicity Secretary, Bala Ibrahim, dismissed the proposed merger, citing trust issues between Obi and Kwankwaso. He argued that neither would be willing to relinquish their presidential ambition, referencing their previous failed attempts at collaboration. Meanwhile, both the Labour Party and the People's Democratic Party have welcomed the idea of an opposition merger, viewing it as a crucial step towards ending the APC's dominance and addressing Nigeria's pressing challenges. And now to discuss this further, we are joined by a lawyer and political scientist, Dayo Ajibola. Dayo, good afternoon. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's get straight into it. Would like to ask, how significant do you think the potential alliance between Peter Obi and Kwankwaso could be in shaping the political landscape ahead of the 2027 election?
Well, it's a welcome development, but to me, it will only do a kind of a catalyst to ginger those who are currently occupying the seat of power to perform more. It will only, be a kind of what is needed to make the system to work more. I don't see it changing the political landscape. I don't see Obi winning presidential election in 2027 or even years to come, because the political system in Nigeria will run. Does not. I don't think it can accommodate the two of them. That is, if the two of them can stand the alliance ab initio. The traditional establishmentarian have a way of, having their way or the type of people they want to govern Nigeria. And I don't see Obi as being accepted within their clique. That is the truth. That's the honest truth. That is one. Two, I don't see the sentiment with which Obi rode to having the kind of fame he had in 2023 is no more in existence. Because when Obi came into power, when Tinubu came into power, Obi contested against Tinubu. The sentiment with which people used in voting was Christian-Muslim dichotomy, because people were reacting. It was a reactionary reaction to people, to the alliance, the teaming up of a Muslim ticket, of which some Christians were obviously against. I don't see Obi repeating that fate, because Tinubu, having come into power with a Muslim ticket so far, he has not in any way wronged any Christian. He has not in any way done any funny thing to the Christian establishment for them to now feel, oh, we now want to have this Christian president at all costs. I think that fear has been eroded over time. So I don't see Obi, coming in, to becoming president, if at all their merger will be allowed to stay within their rank. I don't see it changing any landscape so far.
Well, Dayo, the People's Democratic Party have actually applauded the likely merger. They say at least it'll put an end to the APC rule, even if it seems like as if it might be at the expense of their own goal as well. How do you see this working out at the People's Democratic Party, the PDP? Is it okay, do you think? Do you think this is something that they would be willing to encourage as it goes on?
Well, they are willing to encourage that because the target is simple, that they want to isolate Tinubu to Southwest. If Obi can gain the Nigerian political landscape is based on the theory of 1.5 versus half. If I take you back to the Republican population pre-1963, the Nigerian population was divided into ratio 50, 25, 25. The northern population being 50%, the southwest 25%, the east 25%. If you divide through by the biggest number, you have 1 for the north, half for the southwest, and half for the southeast. When I say southeast, I'm referring to the old southeast, which comprises of today's South Igbo land and South-South. Now, if anybody that is going to win the presidential election in Nigeria must win at least half of the North. Can Obi-Kwankwaso gain that half of the North? I doubt it. And Obi will not win the Southwest, obviously. If, assuming, without considering, that Obi wins the whole Southeast, will Obi win the South-South? Kwankwaso convince the Northern establishmentarian to go the way of Obi route. Kwankwaso is the greatest beneficiary in that alliance anyway, because he will have used that alliance to create an inroad into the Southeast, so that by 2031 he will have a reason to want to become president. He knows what he's doing. He's the greatest gainer in that particular alliance. But I don't see Obi turning the tide of events. It's not possible. It's a dream taken too far. I don't see it coming. It's not something to lose sleep over for the ruling APC. I don't see that, because there's no way you can convince the Northern power establishmentarian that it is better for them to vote for Obi, who is likely, if he wins the election, he is likely to want to stay for 8 years, making plus the 4 years of Tinubu, that is making 12 years of being without power. Rather than them, instead of them to now wait for only 4 years of Tinubu, at least condone him for 4 years, and they take over power once again. So I don't see the Northern establishmentarian are going the way of Obi-Kwankwaso alliance. Kwankwaso is only trying to make this to gain an inroad into the southeast, Igbo land in particular, such that by 2031, if he wants to run, if he's still hoping to run, he will have a wider base to now project his ambition on. So I don't see that as having a real displacement theory against the established APC in power now. As for the PDP, it's like a drowning man trying to hold on to anything they can see in the river. So they are only trying to struggle. Anything that is against the government as it is today, they will always align with it. As it is, PDP is more or less a forgotten party. So I don't see any alliance coming from that place.
Okay, then,
from that angle.
Ajibola, I hear you. And your sentiments are very, very clear. However, if this Obi-Kwankwaso merger was to continue, if it was to happen, all factors put together, you being a political scientist and all, who would you suggest best suits the candidacy for president and the candidacy for vice president then? To their advantage.
Well, take note. If Kwankwaso is to be the presidential candidate, then I will say there is a problem. But I doubt if Obi will allow that. I doubt it very much. If Kwankwaso is the candidate coming up, it's not that he's going to win the election, but he will have given the the government of the day some headache, but not Obi. In the first instance, it is to me, I don't see it as an issue. But if it's a Kwankwaso that is a president, chair candidate, and Obi accepts to be his vice, then there is little headache. The president, Tinubu, and APC will have to sit tight to make sure that things work fine for them. And the next 1 year, at least, they should be able to turn around the economic gain to regain for the Nigerian people, such that the Nigerian masses can have their life once again. Once that is done, then I think they can still be in power. But if it is Obi and Kwankwaso as vice president, is dead upon arrival for me. He's dead upon arrival.
Very interesting review there, or very interesting look into the matter. But thank you very much, Dayo Ajibola. Very interesting talking with you this afternoon.
Thank you so much.